Hello and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me live and of course on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this broadcast, let me know you're here so that I can send you some love and of course answer any questions that you might have about this forecast. My name is Cindy. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator, and I work with an organization that is passionate about helping people reclaim their personal power so that you can activate more prosperity, so that you can land into your purpose and you can open your world up to possibility. So thank you for joining me. This is the new moon forecast for September 2021. And the theme of this new moon is really about calling ourselves to excellence. Now, there's a difference between excellence and perfection, and I'm going to talk about that. But we've got this beautiful Virgo new moon coming in this afternoon in a 2 energy. And that 2 energy is inviting us to take a look at our relationship in regards to our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our work, and our lifestyle. Virgo energy is very much the physical world and what's happening. And there's an invitation here to check in with ourselves about what could use improvement. Now, this is not about degrading ourselves or beating ourselves up or being hypercritical of ourselves for not doing it good enough. This is about calling ourselves to a higher perspective of really understanding that in order to get to a level of mastery, achieve self-mastery, there's always room for improvement. You'll hear me say this time and time again. It's not my quote, but if you're not growing, you're dying. We are designed for expansion. We are designed to grow, to learn, to improve, to evolve. And in that, there's always something new to learn. So we come from this perspective of being very open, being very curious, but also knowing that we can choose to have whatever the fuck we want. So if we're aware of that, then we also need to choose to focus on what's most important in order to activate that legacy, that wealth, that flow in the physical world. So let's talk about the difference between perfection and excellence. Perfection is an energy of it's never going to be good enough. And so oftentimes what happens when we get caught up in that energy is that we never actually move anything out because it's never good enough. It never has that level of, yeah, I am proud of this and I'm ready to move this out into my audience or into the physical world in some way. Excellence is an energy of, I am open and curious. There is always room for improvement. But right now, it is excellent enough to move it out. And I know that in moving it out, I'm going to learn things. I'm going to improve upon things. I'm going to reflect. But I'm going to do that in a way that does not allow for self-degradation. I'm going to do it in a way that I'm striving for excellence without perfection, knowing that I am growing and expanding and evolving. And so I can be open and curious to the possibility of where might this thing want to pivot so that I can make it better, so that I can call myself higher, so that I can call myself into a new level of integrity, of wealth, of flow, of financial well-being, all of these pieces. So we want to make sure that we're not getting caught up in perfection. We're getting caught up in the striving for excellence. And in this, we can start asking ourselves questions in our business, especially. What systems need improvement? Where can I call in support? Where do I feel like something is hard and I can open myself up to new possibilities? We don't want to waste any time right now being down on ourselves for something not being good enough. Everything is good enough. There is nothing that is less than or more than or anything. It is always just an opportunity to call ourselves into higher levels of excellence. So don't degrade yourself. Don't get caught up in the self-doubt and the self-worry and the, shit, I didn't do it good enough. And obviously now I'm just not meant to do that. No, look at your to-do list. Look at the 42 million things that you have to do. Look at all of that and then choose what's most important. And one of my favorite things to do with this is to spend time, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and just brain dump all of the things that are in the mind, that are caught up in all of the to-do lists and the multiple things that we all have on our plates. and just dump it down on a piece of paper. Empty the brain. And in doing so, as you're writing, you're going to recognize the things that need to happen, the most important, the priorities. Bring your focus and awareness to those, because that's what's next. All of the 42 million other things will stay there. They'll be there. You'll get to them when they are next. But asking yourself the question, what's next, allows you to rise to a new level of excellence. Because instead of getting caught up in the overwhelm and all the 42 million things that need to happen in the physical world, it allows you to focus your awareness, focus your attention, and choose what's most important in regards to your big vision. In your business, in your family, in your relationships, whatever it might be, whatever your focus is right now, figure out what's most important and then strive for excellence in those things. The rest of it can wait. But for now, get very, very clear. And this is how we land into mastery. We don't land into mastery by being a jack of all trades and pulled in multiple different directions and trying to at least get something in every area of our lives. Instead, we focus our awareness and attention, and that focus brings us to a new level of excellence, a new level of mastery, and a new level of growth and expansion, so that we can then bring that learning, that integration into all the other areas of our life. So enjoy this new moon, soak up this energy, give yourself some space, some time for reflection of landing into what is most important for you, and really soak up this energy. Again, focusing on what's most important and striving for excellence, not perfection. I hope you have an incredible new moon. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power.